physical, emotional, hormonal, and social transformation that happens when a woman becomes a mother.
What does it take to be a mother? That is a loaded question, but I find myself asking myself that question a lot. I'm a mother of two. I am a sex and intimacy coach, and a part of my work is to help women learn to be fully embodied and to be able to acknowledge and to claim their desires, to be able to access the pleasure that they deserve. And a part of that is, as multidimensional beings, dealing with the various aspects of what that means. Having all of these different things going on around you, but also inside of you, and having to learn how to navigate that. And that is specifically very difficult for mothers to do, because we live in a culture, in a society that really robs us of the opportunity to be or fully embody what it means to be a mother, to be a nurturer, to be a caregiver, to be a teacher, to be a leader, to be a disciplinarian. All of the different ways that you have to show up for yourself and be able to show up for your children. The patriarchy robs us of those opportunities, and it robs us of the community that we need in order to really be able to thrive. But one of my biggest understandings that I've come to, especially recently, I have a 15-year-old and a 7-year-old. And I had a dream that somebody did something to my daughter. And I spent the entire dream chasing that person around and trying to retaliate and trying to reclaim her honor and right the wrong that was committed against her. And in doing that, I was actually ignoring her, because for the whole dream, she's chasing me around crying. She just is looking for me to be her mother. And I want to encourage women and mothers listening to this message, when it comes to being able to fully acclimate and fully step into motherhood in this world that we live in, remember to be their mother. I had a conversation with a client of mine. She recently became a grandmother, a grandiose, exalted version of a mother. And so there is a process for that she's going through as well. But something happened with her daughter's first baby, and something happened with the delivery, and something happened with the baby. And so she calls me and she's like, do you know do you have any information about this, about that? And I had to slow her down, like, okay, wait a minute, take a breath. What your daughter needs, what your baby needs, who just had her first baby, she needs her mommy. She needs a woman who is by her side, supporting her, holding her hand, letting her know that everything is going to be okay in this moment. As mothers, we often want to go mama bear, like, who messing with my cubs? And that's okay. There's a time and a place for that. But often our role as a mother is to be embodied enough to have the discernment to be able to tell, okay, when do I need to shift from mama bear to mommy? When do I need to shift from being a loving nurturer to being a little bit more stern with my children? And in order to be able to do that in those critical moments, like, this is a critical time. This is her daughter's first baby. This is her introduction to motherhood. And you don't want her introduction to motherhood to be trying to navigate something that is very new to her without your full loving, caring support. And oftentimes that is just what our children need. That's just what we need from ourselves. That's just what our inner child needs, is just for us to show up and just mother, just love, just nurture, just be there to support and say, hey, I am here for you. and you can do hard things, and we're going to make it through this, and you can survive this, because I'm going to be right here with you to support you, and I'm going to love you the whole way through this, no matter what. And oftentimes new mothers and young women in general, but new mothers especially, motherhood is hard. And as a mother, I've had my losses, but I've also had my wins. And I only know that I can win because I've been put into position to have to make something happen, to have to get a W, to have to get a win. And that only comes with experience. And so new mothers don't know that they can win. They can do it because they haven't done it yet. And part of that matrescence process that is so powerful and so magical and so important is developing that understanding that, hey, I can make it through these hard times. And also having the people around you be there and show up for you and support you in the ways that are really going to be able to help you thrive and really going to be able to set a strong foundation for you as you mature through motherhood. Because right now I'm in a completely different phase of mothering with my teenage daughter. We're shifting gears. And so it is so important for mothers to be fully embodied and to have our sensory awareness, our body awareness, our emotional awareness, be able to emotionally regulate, to be able to have those tools and be able to make sure that we are whole, that we are at all times aware of what is going on. And that doesn't mean that you don't make mistakes. The mistakes are going to happen, but you're always moving and doing with the understanding and the discernment of whatever happens, no matter what, I can make it through this. I'm going to make it through this. And you'll only get that by developing and cultivating your skills and by making sure that you're fortified, because you have to make sure that you're good so you can make sure that everybody else is good. That's the trick to motherhood, is as long as you good, then baby's gonna be good, everybody else gonna be good. So make sure that you are good. Get those skills, get those sensory awareness skills, get those body awareness skills, get those emotional awareness skills. Start learning those somatic practices and lean into your humanity, lean into your faults, lean into the willingness to be wrong or do it wrong or not be perfect, and lean into that fear, but have that courage and just do it anyway, because you're gonna make it. You're gonna make it.